Well, Montana's 2019 legislature is almost over, but still undecided. The bill initially advertised as a way to extend the life of the Colstrip 4 power plant in eastern Montana. Supporters of the bill are now saying it's also about preserving a key power transmission line in Montana. MTN's Mike Dennison takes a closer look at this argument and the final prospects for the bill itself.
In its initial form, the Save Colstrip bill said if NorthWestern Energy bought a bigger share of Colstrip 4, the company would be guaranteed at least $75 million in returns over 10 years. The idea was to extend the life of the coal-fired power plant and provide some low-cost power for NorthWestern's 370,000 Montana customers. But as the bill ran into opposition, its backers said it's also about NorthWestern gaining more control over a 500 kilovolt power line from Colstrip to Townsend. NorthWestern Vice President for Transmission, Mike Cashel, told MTN on Tuesday the line is critical for the state's electricity system, and that through acquiring more of Colstrip, the company could also get more control of the power line as well, right now. But those opposing the bill say NorthWestern can already acquire more of the line if others want to sell it. But perhaps they don't want to.
There's been no verification that any other transmission owner at Colstrip is interested in getting rid of their transmission capacity, and it's very unlikely that they would like to, because transmission is really important as utilities across the West move to greater and greater amounts of renewable energy utilization.
Yet State Senator Lou Jones of Conrad believes it would be better for Montana if a local company did control more of this power line. So why not help it happen, he asks, and supply some cheaper power for in-state consumers.
It's much more likely to benefit Montana ratepayers, providing them access to electricity at affordable prices, if it's Montana controlled, and to Montana energy producers in providing a pathway for their power that's both reliable and consistent to the West Coast.
But at this point in the session, even Jones, a supporter, says it's not clear the Colstrip proposal can be salvaged.
People are too painted in their corners. I will be surprised if this occurs, and I will be disappointed that it did not, because we could have done well for Montana had we held a different conversation earlier.
The main bill containing the proposal has been killed. That means the only way something survives is by inserting it into another bill in a conference committee. But as of Tuesday, that conference committee had yet to be appointed. When I asked Republican leaders if they planned to do so, they said they weren't sure. And lawmakers could be ending the session as soon as Thursday. At the Capitol, Mike Dennison, MTN News.
Lawmakers also have some details to work out on the state budget before they adjourn.